Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to why the voting age should be 35 and above. Let's jump in.
I don't think it is out of the question that there are people alive today who may, within their lifetime, wake up some morning and find some major American city lying in radioactive ruins. I think too many people regard politics as some sort of almost as some kind of recreation. People are happy because Donald Trump makes them feel good. Well, we don't hold elections to make people feel good. We hold elections to find people who have what it takes to have the life and death of millions of Americans and the future of the country in their hands.
What does it then say about us as a people if we have individuals, as you just said, that are involved in the life and death of us every single day? As I've said many times, the guy or the gal holding the nuclear codes, and we don't do the research. We don't learn about them. All we want to do is feel good. What does that say about us?
It says that we
Oh, Kamala's so cringy. Every time that I see a video of Kamala, it's like I go to a small seizure, man, because she's so cringy, man.
may not have what it takes to survive.
Survive how? You mean as a nation or as parties?
No, as a nation, and to some extent physically survive as individuals, I don't think it is out of the question that there are people alive today who may, within their lifetime, wake up some morning and find some major American city lying in radioactive ruins.
Then if we're driving ourselves to that point, is it possible it's got to be possible, then I've got to believe, and there's some optimism here, that we can turn this around, because what you're talking about is the end of the United States. People have been saying it can't last forever in the first place. Something's got to change, but we want to keep this around, but it seems impossible.
Well, it's not impossible, but everything does depend upon whether people regard elections as a serious activity to pick leaders, or they think of it as some sort of recreational things. For example, in most elections, the media are always happy when there's a big turnout. Elections are not held to have big turnouts. They're held to select people to hold enormous responsibilities in their hands. And if we pick someone for the next president of the United States because he makes us feel good with what he says, we have learned nothing whatever from what's happened with the current president.
Thomas, what happened here in America, in your opinion, that allowed us to become a dumbed down nation?
Oh, it happened, gradually, so that it was not something that's noticeable. But I think one of the things, one symptom, is reducing the voting age. I would say the argument could be made the other way for raising the voting age to about 35, since most.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that 100%. I'm okay with that 100%. You have a stupid people voting right now. The college kids and stuff like that. They have no idea. I remember when I was in college, I had no idea how a country works, what are the three branches of government, what are taxes. I had no idea. I'm 23. I was 23 at the time. I started noticing a lot of these things when I was like 33 or 30. That's when I started just asking questions. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Most people, or great millions of people, uh, don't even become self-supporting until they're nearly 30 and
Yeah.
sometimes beyond. You have people who, therefore, who have no personal experience, just taking care of themselves, voting on what other people are saying and whether it sounds good.
Yep. Good
More
point.
frightening to me than any policy or politician is the ease with which the public is played for fools with words. The only reason why the mainstream media can actually play the people for fools is because the fact is, a majority of the masses are actually fools who can be told to believe something
Wow.
today and the very next second they're told to
Look at
believe.
that. Wow. Kamala Harris was never Biden's voters are. Here's what you surely did. Wow, that's crazy. These people are straight up Marxists, man. These people are straight up Marxists. That's insane. Wow. Look at how they playing the role, changing reality. Wow.
Something else like
Look
sheep
at those.
So what we really see here is a flaw in the system, as pointed out by many philosophers in history, that someone who cannot even identify Kamala Harris amongst a group of photos and claims she likes her policies even though she can't cite one policy is going to have an equal say on the destiny and future of the country, as someone who has
That's
actually
insane.
pondered, brainstormed, and thought about the policies, the problems, and the possible solutions or trade-offs. So the point is not so much about raising or lowering the voting age as it's about realizing that people who are either too young or too old or too stupid to actually make proper analysis make for bad democracy.
Well, I hear a lot of people talking about very important argument that only people that own property and pay taxes and are married can vote, and I think that's a great. Actually, that's a great incentive. If you're already paying taxes and you're already paying, but it has to be in this order, right? Like you already own a property, you're paying taxes, and you're married, then you have the right to vote. Then you have the right to vote. And of course, by that time happens, you're probably gonna be what? You're gonna be what? Probably what, like 30, 35? That makes a lot of sense.
So can our educational system be raised to the point where a 16-year-old can actually think critically on two opposing views, weigh the evidence, and actually come to the most rational, feasible, and realistic trade-off? You let me know what you think about that in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, stay free.
Well, I think Thomas Sowell is making a very good argument here. That I think it does need some questions. Are we gonna keep allowing irresponsible people to vote, or are we just gonna simply go with the wind? Personally, I think when it comes down to voting, you need to have some skin in the game. That's it. The years of just being a good nation, a very tolerant nation, out of the window. I don't think that is really doing us a favor. When it comes down to stuff like this, I think it's better. How can I say this? Better to just be real about these problems. I don't think people understand how a lot of these rights, right, are so stupid when you think about it. Because if there's no enforcement, if there's no ways to protect them by themselves, it makes no sense. There has to be a mechanism of enforcement with a lot of these rights, and we're playing dumb here. We're playing good people, tolerant people, and we're just electing anybody, and somehow we're not just calling the elephant in the room. Yeah, increase the voting. So increase the voting age, or like I said, if you own a house, you pay taxes, and you're married, then you should take a civil test and then earn your right to vote. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.